Welcome to Wonderful English Learning Podcast.
Hello, wonderful English learners. Welcome back to the Wonderful English Learning Podcast. I'm Alex, and with me, as always, is my good friend Ben.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here again. I hope you're having a bright and happy day wherever you are.
Yes, today's episode is all about something we all do every single day. We wake up, we eat breakfast, we go to work, we meet people, and we live our daily life. So today's topic is English for daily life. Talk about your day.
Exactly. We'll help you learn how to talk about your normal day in English, from morning to night. This is something super useful because it helps you in small talk, conversations with friends, or even in job interviews when someone says, "So, tell me about your day."
That's right. We'll go step by step, nice and slow, and we'll teach you easy phrases that real English speakers use every day. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy learning English with us.
Okay, let's start with the morning, because that's when our day begins. Alex, how do you start your day?
My day starts when my alarm rings. I wake up at about 7 a.m. Sometimes I hit the snooze button once or twice.
I think we all do that. Hit the snooze button. That's a great phrase. Learners, it means to press the button on your alarm clock to stop it for a few more minutes. You can say, "I hit the snooze button because I want to sleep 5 more minutes."
Yes, perfect. Then after that, I get out of bed, stretch a little, and go to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. You see, those are very simple actions. Wake up, get up, wash my face, brush my teeth.
Right, and notice something interesting. We say wake up for when you open your eyes, but get up means to leave your bed.
Yes, let's repeat together, everyone. Wake up, get up. Again slowly. Wake up, get up.
Great job. You sound good already.
After that, I make my bed. I like to keep my room tidy in the morning because it makes me feel fresh and ready. Then I usually have a shower.
I'm a morning shower person too. It helps me wake up.
Right. You can say, I take a shower in the morning or I have a shower. Both are okay. British people often say have a shower, and American people often say take a shower.
Good cultural note. And after your shower, Alex, what do you do?
I get dressed, of course. I choose my clothes and get ready for the day. Then I go to the kitchen and make breakfast.
What's your favorite breakfast?
Oh, I love a simple one. Maybe toast with butter and a cup of tea. What about you?
I like coffee, strong coffee, and eggs with bread.
Nice. Listeners, what do you eat for breakfast? Take a moment and think, or even say it out loud.
That's a great way to practice. Just say, "For breakfast, I eat," and finish the sentence. For example, "For breakfast, I eat rice and eggs." Or, "For breakfast, I drink milk."
Good. You can also say, I usually have breakfast at 7 o'clock, or I sometimes skip breakfast, which means you don't eat breakfast.
Let's say that one together. I sometimes skip breakfast. Perfect.
Then, after breakfast, many people go to work or school. So, how do we talk about that part in English?
You can say things like, "I go to work at 9," or "I leave home at 8:30. If you're a student, you can say, "I go to school at 8."
Let's practice a few sentences together. Repeat after me slowly. I leave home at 8. I go to work by bus. I walk to school. I drive to the office.
Excellent. Remember, the prepositions are important here. We say by bus, by car, by train, but on foot for walking. So you say, "I go to work on foot" if you walk.
Exactly. And when you arrive, you can say, I get to work at 9, or I arrive at school at 8:30. So simple and useful.
Now let's do a small role play, okay? Imagine this is a short conversation between two friends talking about their morning routine.
Hey, Ben, what time do you wake up in the morning?
"Hi, Alex. I wake up at 6:30. I get up, take a shower, and then have breakfast."
Oh, that's early. What do you eat for breakfast?
I usually eat eggs and toast, and I drink a cup of coffee.
Nice. Do you go to work after that?
Yes, I leave home at 8 and drive to work.
Cool. My morning is a little different. I wake up at 7:30 and I take the bus to work.
Sounds good.
That's a very common type of small talk in English. People love to talk about their morning or their habits.
Yes, and it's great for practice because you use simple verbs like wake up, eat, drink, go, leave, arrive.
Let's quickly review those verbs. Ready? Wake up, get up, wash, brush, make, take, eat, drink, go, leave, arrive.
Great pronunciation practice. You can say them slowly every day. It's like morning English exercise for your tongue.
I like that morning English exercise. Now, Ben, let's talk about what happens after people arrive at work or school.
Sure, that's usually mid-morning, around 9 or 10 a.m. So maybe we can talk about what people do at that time. Working, studying, greeting people, things like that.
Exactly. But before we go there, let's share a fun mini story about a morning routine. Stories help our brains remember English better. So, one morning, Ben's alarm didn't ring.
Uh-oh.
Yes, and he woke up late, very late. It was 8:45, and he needed to be at work at 9.
Oh, no.
He jumped out of bed, brushed his teeth very fast, and didn't have breakfast. He couldn't find his socks, so he wore two different ones, one blue and one black.
That actually happened to me once.
Then he ran to the bus stop, but the bus had already left, so he took a taxi. Finally, he arrived at work 5 minutes late, but he made it.
And my boss said, Ben, you look colorful today.
Yes, because of your socks. So, learners, this story shows how you can use daily life verbs in the past tense too. Woke up, jumped, ran, took, arrived.
We'll talk about past tense later in another episode, but even now, it's good to notice how stories help you connect grammar with real life.
Okay, before we move on, let's do a short reflection. I want you, our listener, to imagine your morning. Close your eyes, unless you're driving, and think, what time do you wake up? What do you do first? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you go to work or school?
Now, try to say it out loud in English. Even if no one hears you, your brain is listening.
Exactly. Talking to yourself in English is a great way to practice fluency. Every morning, you can just say 1 or 2 sentences about your day.
Like, I wake up at 7, I brush my teeth, I have coffee, I go to work. Simple, short, powerful.
That's it. Consistent daily practice. That's the secret.
Okay, Alex. I think our learners are ready for the next part, talking about the middle of the day, work, study, and lunchtime.
Yes. In our next part, we'll help you talk about your daily activities, meetings, classes, lunch breaks, and how to describe what you do in the afternoon.
All right, Alex. So we've woken up, had breakfast, and gone to work or school. Now it's time to talk about what happens next, the middle of the day.
Yes, this is where most people spend their time, working, studying, or doing daily tasks. And it's also a great time to use many useful English phrases.
Let's start at work. Imagine it's 9 a.m. You arrive at your office or workplace. You can say, I start work at 9 o'clock.
Or I begin work at 9. Both mean the same thing. Then maybe you say hello to your coworkers. You can say, good morning, how are you?
Exactly. And sometimes people just say, morning. Very short, very friendly. Let's repeat it together, listeners. Morning.
Good. That's very natural English. After greeting people, you might start your tasks. You can say, I check my emails, or I have a meeting, or I make phone calls.
Right. You can also say, I work on a project or I write reports. If you are a student, you can say, I study math or I have an English class.
Let's practice that. Repeat after me slowly. I start work at 9. I check my emails. I have a meeting. I study English. I do my homework.
Perfect.
Now, then, do you ever get hungry before lunch?
Oh, always. Around 11 a.m., I start thinking about food.
Same here. So, what do you do before lunch?
Usually, I take a short break. I stand up, stretch, and maybe drink some water or coffee. Sometimes I chat with a coworker.
Nice. That's a great mini conversation to learn. For example,
Hey, do you want some coffee?
yes, please. Let's take a short break.
That's it. Short and friendly. You can practice those simple social moments.
Exactly. Even short sentences like, let's take a break, or I need a coffee, help you sound natural in English. Let's tell a small story now about a person's morning at work. Her name is Lisa.
Lisa arrives at her office at 9 o'clock. She turns on her computer and checks her emails. Then she has a meeting with her boss. They talk about a new project. After that, Lisa writes some notes and sends messages to her team. At 11:30, she feels hungry, so she drinks some tea and eats a small snack.
That's a nice and simple work routine. And you can hear so many useful verbs there. Arrives, checks, has, talks, writes, sends, drinks, eats.
Yes, everyday English in action. Let's repeat a few together, everyone. I arrive at work.
I check my emails. I have a meeting. I write notes. I send messages.
Great. You're doing really well.
Now, after a few hours of work or study, it's lunchtime, usually between 12 and 1 o'clock.
Right. And it's a good chance to practice friendly English. You can say, it's lunchtime, or let's go eat, or I'm hungry. What's for lunch?
Let's imagine a quick lunch conversation.
Hey, Alex, are you free for lunch?
Sure, where do you want to go?
How about the cafe near the office?
Sounds good. I love their sandwiches.
Me too. Let's go.
Simple, friendly, and full of real-life English.
Yes, you can practice these lines anytime. You can say, are you free for lunch? Or let's have lunch together.
Good. And when you finish lunch, you can say, lunch was delicious, or I'm full.
Let's practice that one. I'm full. Perfect. That means you've eaten enough.
Afternoon work or study time. After lunch, people usually go back to work or class. You can say, I go back to work or I return to school.
Yes, and that's when people often say things like, I feel sleepy, or I need more coffee.
That's true for me too. In the afternoon, you might continue working on projects, writing, or meeting people.
Students might say, I study English, or I have a math lesson.
Let's make a few example sentences for practice. Repeat after me slowly. I go back to work at 1 o'clock. I have a meeting at 2. I write an email to my boss. I study English in the afternoon.
Nice and easy. You can make these sentences part of your daily speaking practice. Let's make another short story, this time about a student. This is Tom. He's a university student. He wakes up early, goes to his morning class, and then studies in the library. At 12:30, he eats lunch with his friends. After lunch, he feels sleepy, but he still has to study. He drinks some coffee and opens his book again.
That's a good example of afternoon English phrases. Let's pick out some of them. Eats lunch, feels sleepy, drinks coffee, studies in the library.
Yes, all very useful for talking about your daily life. Listeners, Can you make your own short story like that? Just use simple words. Wake up, go, eat, study, drink, feel.
You can even record yourself saying it. Hearing your own voice helps you learn faster.
That's so true. You know, Alex, lunchtime is different in different countries.
Oh, yes. For example, in the United States, people often have a short lunch, maybe just 30 minutes.
Right. But in some countries, lunch is a big meal and people take more time to rest.
Exactly. In Spain, for example, many people have a siesta, a short nap after lunch.
That's interesting. And in Japan, many workers eat simple bento boxes at their desks.
So if you're learning English, you can also learn culture. You can say, in my country, lunch is, and describe your tradition.
Yes, that's a great practice sentence. Try it now. In my country, lunch is at.
Or, in my country, people eat rice for lunch. You can fill in your own answer.
That's fun. English is not only about words, it's about sharing your world with others.
Okay, let's do a quick review of this part before we move on to the evening routine.
Good idea. Listeners, repeat after us slowly.
I start work at 9. I have a meeting at 10. I eat lunch at 12.
I go back to work at 1.
I finish work at 5.
I go home after work.
Excellent. Those sentences are the base of your daily English.
Yes, and once you can say them easily, you can add details later, like what you eat, who you meet, or how you feel. Now, let's take a small moment for you to think and speak. Imagine it's a normal weekday. You wake up, you go to work or school, you have lunch. Now, try to describe it in English, out loud.
Don't worry if you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Just speak slowly and clearly.
You can say things like, I start work at 9. I talk to my coworkers. I eat lunch at 1. I drink coffee in the afternoon.
Yes, great job. Learning English is like building a house. You start with small bricks, simple words, and soon you have a strong wall of fluency.
I like that image, a house of English, brick by brick.
All right, that's the end of the afternoon part. In the next part, we'll talk about the evening routine, what we do after work or school, how to relax, and how to talk about dinner, family, and free time.
It's one of my favorite parts because evening is when life slows down, perfect for friendly conversation practice.
Yes, and we'll also add a few short stories and common daily expressions people use at night.
So stay with us or jump to part 3 if you're listening later. You're doing amazing, learners.
Part 3. Evening Routine. Relax, eat, and talk about your night. All right, Alex, it's been a long day. We've worked, studied, and had lunch. Now it's time to relax a little and talk about what happens in the evening.
Yes, evening is my favorite time of day. The sun goes down, the world slows, and it's time to rest, eat, and enjoy life a bit.
Exactly. And for English learners, this is a great chance to learn phrases you can use when you finish work or come home from school.
Let's start with one simple sentence. I finish work at 5. Or I finish school at 4.
Good. After that, you can say, I go home. Some people say, I get home at 6. Notice that. We say get home, not arrive to home.
Yes, that's an important point. We say get home. For example, I get home at 6:30. Let's repeat that together. I get home at 6:30.
Perfect.
Then, what do you do first when you get home, Ben?
I usually change my clothes. I take off my work clothes and put on something comfortable, maybe a t-shirt and shorts.
Me too. That's one of the best parts of the day. So you can say, I change my clothes, or I put on comfortable clothes.
After that, I usually have a snack or drink some water. Then I relax for a little while, maybe watch TV or check my phone.
Good. And for our listeners, these are very common evening activities. You can say slowly, I watch TV. I listen to music. I use my phone. I check social media.
Let's practice a few together. Ready? I get home at 6. I change my clothes. I relax on the sofa. I watch TV with my family. I listen to music.
Great job! Simple, everyday English. Let's imagine a short story about an evening routine. This is Anna. She finishes work at 5 and takes the train home. She gets home at 6 o'clock. She changes her clothes and makes a cup of tea. Then she sits on the sofa and watches her favorite TV show. After that, she cooks dinner, eats with her family, and talks about her day. At around 9 o'clock, she washes the dishes and takes a shower. Before bed, she reads a book.
That's a lovely, peaceful evening. Let's repeat some of those sentences so our learners can practice.
I take the train home. I change my clothes. I cook dinner. I eat with my family. I wash the dishes. I take a shower. I read a book.
Perfect. You can use these sentences to describe your own evening, too.
Let's do a little dinner time dialogue.
Hi, Alex. What's for dinner tonight?
I'm making pasta and salad. What about you?
I think I'll order pizza. I'm too tired to cook today.
That sounds easy and delicious.
Yes, sometimes simple is best.
Great. This is how people often talk about dinner, relaxed and casual. You can say, what's for dinner? Or let's eat together.
And if you cook, you can say, I'm cooking rice, or I'm making soup.
After dinner, you can say, dinner was great, or I'm full.
That's one of my favorite sentences. I'm full.
After dinner, people do many different things. Some watch movies, some take a walk, some play games, some just rest.
You can say, I watch a movie, or I play with my children, or I talk with my family.
Or maybe I go for a walk in the park. That's one of my favorite things to do after dinner.
That's lovely. I like to read a book or listen to music.
So, learners, you can practice by saying your own sentence. In the evening, and finish it.
Yes, try it now. In the evening, I watch TV. In the evening, I read. In the evening, I go for a walk.
Excellent. You're doing great. You know, Ben, dinner time is really different around the world.
Yes. For example, in the US or the UK, people usually eat dinner around 6 or 7 p.m.
But in some countries, like Spain or Argentina, people eat very late, sometimes at 9 or 10 at night.
That's true. And in many Asian countries, dinner is often a big meal with rice, vegetables, and soup.
Yes, and in other places, it's lighter, just a salad or sandwich. So, learners, you can describe your own culture by saying, in my country, we eat dinner at...
Let's practice that one together. In my country, we eat dinner at 7 o'clock. Good job.
And another sentence. In my country, dinner is a big meal.
Perfect. This is also great for making small talk when you meet people from other countries. You can say, what time do you eat dinner in your country?
Yes, people love to talk about food. It's always a good topic.
Now, let's talk about how we feel in the evening. After a long day, you might say, I'm tired, or I'm relaxed, or I feel sleepy.
Right. You can also say, I feel happy, or I feel calm, or even I feel stressed if your day was busy.
Let's practice together. Repeat after us. I'm tired. I'm relaxed. I feel sleepy. I feel happy.
Beautiful. These are short but very powerful sentences because they describe your real emotions.
Yes, and if you add more detail, it becomes a nice evening story. For example, I'm tired because I worked hard today. Or I feel relaxed after dinner.
Exactly. Try to make small sentences like that every night. It's a great way to use English in your real life.
Let's imagine another short story. This one about a family evening. Every evening, the Patel family eats dinner together. They sit around the table, talk about their day, and laugh. After dinner, the children watch cartoons, and the parents drink tea. Sometimes they play a board game or go for a walk together. At 9 o'clock, everyone starts getting ready for bed.
That sounds cozy. Let's pick a few sentences from that story for our learners. We eat dinner together. We talk about our day. We watch TV. We drink tea. We go for a walk.
Nice. You can use these when talking about your family or friends.
Now it's nighttime. Time to rest and prepare for the next day. Let's talk about that part of the routine.
Sure. You can say, I take a shower before bed, or I brush my teeth, or I wash my face.
Yes, and then I go to bed at 10 or I sleep at 11.
Notice we usually say go to bed, not go to sleep. You go to bed when you lie down, and you go to sleep when you actually fall asleep.
That's a great tip. Let's repeat. I go to bed at 10. I go to sleep quickly.
Excellent.
Some people also say, I read before bed or I check my phone before sleeping.
Yeah, but maybe not too much phone before sleep. It keeps you awake.
True. Try reading a few pages of English instead.
Now, learners, let's take a little moment to practice together. Think about your evening.
Ask yourself, what time do I get home? What do I do after dinner? What time do I go to bed?
And now try to say it in English, slowly, clearly.
Here's an example. I get home at 6. I cook dinner and eat with my family. I watch TV and relax. I go to bed at 10.
That's beautiful, simple, and natural.
You can say your own sentences like this every evening, maybe while brushing your teeth or lying in bed. It's like a small English diary in your mind.
Yes, I love that. A daily English diary.
Okay, we've covered the morning, afternoon, and evening now. In our final part, we'll talk about how to connect your whole day, how to describe it from start to finish naturally, and how to make small talk about daily routines with others.
That's going to be fun and very useful because when someone asks, how was your day? You'll know exactly what to say.
Yes, and we'll also help you review everything we've learned today, step by step. All right, Ben, we've reached the last part of our day, the evening. After a long, busy day, this is when we relax, eat dinner, and maybe watch something nice on TV.
Exactly. And for English learners, this is also a great time to review what they did during the day in English.
Yes, talking about your evening is not only fun, but it helps you remember new vocabulary and practice sentences like, I had dinner with my family, or I watched a movie before bed.
So let's start from the moment you come home after work, school, or university. What's the first thing you usually say or do?
The first thing I usually say is, I'm home, and then maybe, I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm. That's true for many people. So here's a useful phrase. I just got home. It means you arrived home a few minutes ago.
Right. You can say, I just got home from work, or I just got home from school.
Let's practice that, everyone. Ready? Repeat after me. I just got home.
I just got home.
Nice. Now, what's next? You probably change your clothes, take a shower, or cook dinner.
Yes, so you can say things like, I'm cooking dinner, or I'm making pasta tonight.
Or, I'm having rice and vegetables for dinner.
That's a good one. I'm having is very useful when talking about meals, like I'm having breakfast or I'm having dinner.
Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I'm having dinner with my family.
I'm having dinner with my family.
Good. And if you're eating alone, you can say, I'm having dinner by myself.
Or I'm eating out tonight, which means you're going to a restaurant.
That's right. So, imagine this small conversation. Hey, Ben, what are you having for dinner tonight?
I'm having noodles with chicken. What about you?
I'm having a salad and some soup. I want to eat light today.
Sounds healthy.
See? Simple, natural English. You can practice like this with a friend or even talk to yourself.
Yes, talking to yourself is not weird. It's practice. You can stand in your kitchen and say, I'm cutting vegetables. I'm cooking rice. I'm washing the dishes.
Exactly. Everyday actions are your best English lessons.
Okay, now let's move to after dinner, the relaxing time.
Ah, yes. Some people watch TV, listen to music, or scroll through their phones.
Or they call their family and friends. You can say, I'm talking to my mom, or I'm chatting with my friend online.
Let's give some more examples. I'm watching a movie. I'm reading a book. I'm listening to music. I'm checking my messages.
Great. And one of my favorite phrases is, I'm winding down.
Winding down means to relax after being busy or tired.
Yes, for example, I'm winding down after work, or I like to wind down by reading a book.
Okay, listeners, repeat this one slowly. I'm winding down after dinner.
I'm winding down after dinner.
Perfect. You're doing amazing. Now, let's move to bedtime phrases.
Oh, yes, this is one of my favorite parts. At night, we usually say things like, I'm getting ready for bed, or I'm going to sleep.
Some people say, I'm brushing my teeth, or I'm putting on my pajamas.
You can also say, I'm feeling sleepy, or I'm tired.
And when you're actually going to bed, the most common phrases are good night or sweet dreams.
Let's do a fun mini role play before we end the day.
Hey, Alex, are you still awake?
Barely. I'm getting ready for bed.
Did you have a good day?
Yes, it was busy but nice. How about you?
Same here. I feel sleepy now.
Okay, then good night.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Lovely. Now you can use all these simple phrases every night.
Yes, and if you practice saying them in English, your speaking will feel more natural and automatic.
Let's take a moment to review all the parts of our day.
In the morning, we wake up, get dressed, eat breakfast, and go out.
In the afternoon, we work, study, eat lunch, and sometimes take a break.
In the evening, we come home, have dinner, relax, and go to bed.
That's right. And remember the helpful structures we learned today, like I usually, I always, I'm plus verbing, and I just plus past. Those are your keys to talking about daily life in English.
Ben, before we close today's episode, let's do one more small challenge for our listeners.
Ooh, a challenge. I like that. What is it? I want everyone listening to talk about their own day in English. Just take 1 or 2 minutes. It could sound like this. I wake up at 7 a.m., I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I have lunch at 1 p.m., I come home at 6 p.m., I have dinner and watch TV. I go to bed at 10.
That's perfect, Alex. Very simple, very natural.
And remember, you don't need to speak fast. Slow English is good English.
Yes, the goal is to speak clearly and feel confident, not to rush.
Also, it's okay to repeat. The more you repeat, the better you remember.
Let's invite them to repeat after us one last time. I practice English every day.
I practice English every day.
I'm getting better every day.
I'm getting better every day.
I can talk about my day in English.
I can talk about my day in English.
Nice work, everyone.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode, English for Daily Life. Talk about your day.
We really hope you enjoyed this relaxing conversation and learned lots of useful English for your everyday life.
Remember, you can listen again, practice aloud, and even write your own version of My Day in English.
That's a great idea. Writing helps you remember the structure and new words.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this episode.
Yes, and leave a comment telling us about your day in English. We'd love to read it.
Thank you so much for learning with us today on the Wonderful English Learning Podcast.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself.
Because every day is a good day to learn English.
Until next time.
Bye-bye and sweet dreams.